employed robots. So these robots are what? They are the machines. Robots are nothing but the machines. They are electronic machines, but they have a program in them. What the program is that they have to behave like a nurse. So what the nurse gives, what the nurse treat a patient, it do the primary work. Okay, what taking the temperature, giving the medicines, then taking the BP of a patient. These are the primary basic things that has to be done for every patient. So what was the replacement? Instead of going to the patient directly, the Chinese have employed the robotics, and these robots were going to the patient. They were giving them the medicine on time. They were taking the temperatures. They were taking the BP, and they were giving this report to the doctors. And accordingly, the doctor was treating these patients. So this machine is designed to help only the human beings. So what the human beings want, that whatever machine we are making, it should help us. It is the interest of a human being only. Now you know that we have a chapati maker. The chapati maker, what does it do? It takes a wheat flour in a machine and it comes out with a chapati. Earlier, what we were having, that you have to put a dough in the machine and then you was getting a chapati. But nowadays, what happens? Only the machine has to be switch on and switch off, and nothing has to be done. So what we want that day by day, the human interference in the machine should be less. We don't want that we should go and we should do some work and then the machine will do the rest of the work. What we want, that the machine should do itself by itself, means without giving them the instructions we are going to give them only at one time, and after that they have to do their own. Okay, now see your mother, your father, he tells no, wake up early in the morning, and then they come and they ask you to wake up. But sometimes you follow the instruction in very first time. Otherwise, you say okay, you will be waking up, or okay, you don't want to wake up, so on. Every morning it happens, no, especially when you are having an online classes, when you don't have to go to college or office. So what happens in case of human beings? The human beings has a mood. They want to do the work or they don't want. Okay, but the industry cannot run with the mood of human beings. The industry want that it should work perfectly. Otherwise, the industry will go down. Any industry you can take. You can take a banking industry. You can take an LIC. You can take any government, any government of a country. You can also take household things. Your mother is always on her step foot. She does not take rest so that the family is running smoothly. Okay, so but all human beings cannot behave like a mother. So what, instead of mother, what we want, the machine should behave like a mother. Means as once the instructions is fed, the machine will behave. So for that we use machine learning. Okay, the behavior of the machine is that like of human being. So in this unit, what is the topics we are going to see? The basics of machine learning. Then the second is natural language processing. Natural language processing means, now, see, I am talking to you. So if you are a Hindi speaker, suppose your mother tongue is Hindi, so it should automatically convert into Hindi. If someone is having Marathi mother tongue, so it should be converted into automatically into Marathi. So that is your natural language processing. Then there is autonomous robots. Like I have given you the example of a robot in China. Currently, they have deployed for medical healthcare industry. Then augmented reality. It will give you the real picture. Okay, that I'll tell you in detail. And simulation. Simulation is also a machine. It will see in detail. And the last one is your additive manufacturing. Now, the very thing, the basic machine learning. So we have seen what is machine learning. It's a branch of artificial intelligence only. Okay, Okay, and what is learning? Who is learning here? The machine is learning, and machine once learn, it will not give the instructions. Now, as you have, so the computer behave according to your instruction. So machine learning will not require any human intervention or human instructions. So that will be your machine. Then this is what we discussed in your introduction. Many of you have given that you are having a background of computer, some are having the background of TICS, and some are having maths. So student, for this subject, you require a background of maths, statistics, computer, and commerce. So if you are having the introductory or the basics of this, it will help you a lot. So basically we deal with the statistics more when we go in depth. Business analytics, your subject name is business analytics, no? So business means related to commerce, and analytics is something we are dealing with the data. Data means what? Data means it's raw facts and figures. अब ये raw facts and figures क्या होता है? Facts and figures मतलब क्या? No, see, I say that the session started at 11 o'clock in the morning, and there were 5 students. So session started at 11 o'clock. This is called as fact, and figure means 5. Got it? I am saying the birthday is on 2nd December 2000. If I am saying something, 2nd December 2000 is the birthday. So birthday becomes my fact, and figure is 2nd December 2000. This is called as figure. So this is called as data. Facts plus figure makes a data. Yes, student, are you getting or not? Kumari, Akansha, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. We are.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Who is there? This is Akansha. And what's your name? I could not hear it. That boy.
Ma'am, Puran.
Yeah.
Puran.
What's your name?
Puran. Hello. Hello.
Puran.
Yes, Puran, ma'am.
Hello. Can you spell your name? Yes.
Ma'am, I am audible.
Spelling. Yes.
Puran. Puran, ma'am.
What do you mean by data?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
gathering the information from the sources is called as data.
Example. Any example? Any example? You can have any example you like. Can Kumari give me an example of data? This data word will be used throughout the course. अगर data समझ में आया ना तो ये बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा machine
Ma'am,
learning
for
में.
example,
Data moves the very basic thing. जैसे तुम लोग इंग्लिश पढ़ते हैं ना. Yes.
Hello. Ma'am, for example, if we
Yes,
take the
I'm hearing
sample,
you.
takes the corona samples from a particular area. For example, we can take the sample from the Hinjewadi area for corona test positive people. So we can collect the data and we can analyze that how many cases, how many people are corona positive. We can get the data from a particular place or location.
So this is the whole example of analytics. and whatever corona cases you are collecting, corona samples you are taking, that is the data.
Yes, ma'am.
Corona samples are the data. Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else? Kumari?
Ma'am, any information that we gathered, that is called data. And
Akansha?
if we, hello, ma'am,
Yeah.
am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any information
Yes.
that we gathered from any sources, that is called data. And if we analyze this information to figure out something, that is analysis.
Yes. Yes. And if it is related to business, then we say it as a business analytics.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. And can you in one word or one sentence what you came to know about machine learning? Hmm. Yeah. Anyone? Kumari, Akansha, Puran?
Hello, hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Machine learning is making machine to learn and to behave like a human being. To make easier,
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am,
Correct.
machine learning makes human works very easy.
Yes. Yes. Correct. And there is some more important points. Correct.
And
You
ma'am,
people are correct.
without the any need of human instruction.
Yes.
Or
Correct.
Ma'am, machine learning focus on development of computer programs for accessing data.
Yes. Correct. Yes. True. Anyone else wants to add something? Anyone else? Okay, Akansha. Akansha is there or she left? Akansha.
ma'am, your voice is cracking
Okay.
sometime.
Yeah. Is it so? But I am having a full range here. My Wi-Fi network is quite strong. Maybe the network issue is from your side.
Okay, ma'am, I'll check.
no, ma'am. Your voice
Huh,
is
just check here.
breaking. I'm not able to hear properly.
Is it so? But I am having a good range at this end. Okay, because I am just near to this circuit. Means it is showing me the full range. Okay, I will share the notes so that
Now your voice is audible, ma'am, but sometime it's cracking.
yeah, it can be because it's a, after all it's a machine. No, it cannot may or may not behave like a human being.
Yes,
But I will
ma'am.
share the notes and see if you are having any issue with the topic. No, you can also WhatsApp me or you can directly ask me the doubts during the session.
Ma'am,
Okay,
And
your
ma'am.
number, ma'am, where we will ask doubts.
yeah, we will be having a WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group, you can ask your doubts. And I will be also having the notes. I will be sharing the notes of the all the units. So that will also make you clear.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and we will solve certain case studies. So once we solve the case studies, everything becomes very much clear. And if it is not clear, you can ask me. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all of
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
is it fine? Or you want any change?
No, fine, ma'am.
Is it fine with you?
Yes,
Huh?
ma'am.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
if you have any
Ma'am, we can't
have
hear
any
you,
kind of
ma'am.
doubt,
Your
no, you can
voice
ask
is
me anytime.
lacking.
Or I will give you
Hello,
5 minutes
ma'am.
when we end the session. Huh? I'll give you okay.
Ma'am, we can't hear you, ma'am.
Okay, we will. I will check the internet. There is some problem, I guess. Just a second. I will check it. Am I audible to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, after this session, even I'll be starting this session. I had to check the madam laptop in that case. Maybe some issues are there. Because I am also in the network, only in the same network. Uh, Let me check like if there is some issues their side. Okay, I think even the mic is off there, I guess. I'll just check it. Yeah, we'll start the session in another one or 2 minutes. Just waiting for the some connection. Am I audible to others?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, otherwise you can take the session from here, if possible. But your PPT is there, no? You have to share the PPT then. You require to share the PPT. Okay.
Yes, hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So there was some connection issue. Okay, resuming to the topic. Now there machine learning we have seen the introduction. I just want to tell you the types of machine learning we are having. Okay, there are three types of machine learning processes. One is called as supervised, the second one is unsupervised, and the third one is reinforcement. These are the three types of
Okay, so the very first and most important is supervised learning. Okay, this machine learning process we use maximum. So here we are having the machine learning algorithms. Now what are algorithms? They are the sequence of instructions. Now sequence of instructions means what? Now see, suppose
suppose
I want to make it,
but
but
I
I
want
want my computer to make it.
so I have to give
So I have to give all the instructions
to the computer,
to the computer.
and then I will
And then
my computer will be able to make the key format.
computer will be able to
So this was a general.
make that. So this was a general day-to-day example.
So I
One more example is that if I data, suppose I'm having a data called 1, 7, 17, 13, 4. These are the numbers I'm having, and I want these numbers to be processed in ascending order. Okay, so the number of instructions I'm giving to computer to make the data in ascending order is called as algorithm. Got it, all of you? Yes, all of you got it? What do you mean by algorithm?
Ma'am, can you explain it once? What is algorithm?
Yeah, it is the number of instructions that we give to a computer to perform a particular task. For example, if I am having a set of numbers like 1, 17, 4, 12, 11. These are the 5 numbers I am having. And I want these numbers to be arranged in ascending order. So I will write the set of instructions. Instructions means they are like in English language. I will write the number of instructions and I will give it to the computer to how to arrange the numbers in ascending order. So the instructions I am giving is called as an algorithm. Okay. Now when you make a tea, there is a set of procedure to make a tea. So that procedure is called as algorithm. When you give those instructions to the computer to perform a task. So we have similar machine learning algorithms. Okay. So what the machine learning algorithms do, they are trained on the labeled data. Now, what is your labeled data? Labeled data is a meaningful data. Means suppose I am saying that JSPM uh, session of business analytics. So this we say a meaningful labeled data because it is having certain meaning. Okay, if I simply say session, so session becomes my unlabeled data. It does not carry any meaning. Got it? Labeled data and unlabeled data. So labeled data can be in a form of a numbers, it can be in a form of alphabets, it can be in form of images, video, audio, anything. Anything which is having a meaning is called as labeled data. I say there is a unit called machine learning. So this is a labeled data. If I simply say unit, so unit becomes my unlabeled data because unit is not explaining me anything. Got it, all of you? Yes, no. So, in case of supervised learning, we need the data to be labeled accurately. Okay, the data should be labeled accurately, and this supervised learning, it becomes very powerful when we use them in a very right circumstances. Now, in case of supervised learning, the machine learning is a bigger data set. Now, suppose I just want to have a study of a number of students knowing computers in school. So, if I am taking data, how many students, school going students of schools. So, what I will do, I will take only one state. I suppose I am taking Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, I will take a small part, that is Pune. So, Pune will become my small data set. In, instead of Instead of going for the whole data set, I will take only a part of that data set. That is called a small data set. It is always a part of the bigger data set. Okay? So it becomes easy for me to analyze the data, and it gives me the accurate reading also. Okay. So, and this training data, this is called as training data set. Training data set means on which I am performing the analytics, on which I am performing the experiment, or on which I am performing my uh, what we can say training experiment. That is called as training data set on which I am working. So now I am working on Pune schools. So that becomes my training data set. And this training data set will behave like similar to the final data set. Okay. And this supervised learning algorithm, it finds the relationship between the parameters, and it established the cause and effect relationship between the variables and the data set. Now, what is cause and effect relationship? So, cause and effect relationship means what? Now, suppose my study is related to computers. So, if I am going to very remote villages of Pune and I am going there, I am finding in schools that there is no computers. So, what is the cause that there is no computer? And what is the effect that the student does not know how to use computer? Got it? Now, one more example of cause and effect relationship, that this coronavirus was released from the Chinese lab, and the effect we can see the all over the world. Got it? This is called as cause and effect relationship. So this relationship is used in supervised learning. Okay. So at the end, what we have, we are having the relationship between the variables. And at the end of this algorithm, what we are having, that how the data is working and what are the relationship between the input data and the output data. It gives me the clear cut picture. And this solution is then used with the final data set. Means now I am having a small data set. This small data set will be used with the final data set, which it will be learning from the same way as of the training data set. See, training data set may be the 10. It can be 10. I am studying 10 schools. But the final data set can be 1000. Okay. Or it can be 1 lakh, or it can be 1 crore. But it will behave in a similar manner of the training data set. So in supervised learning algorithm, it continue to improve after all it is getting it deployed. Means what? It is in continuous improvement process. It does not stop at once. Means once the training data set has given its output, so now there will be no improvement. It's not like that. There is a continuous improvement and there is a continuous discovery of the new patterns and the relationship between the patterns and the variables. Okay. Next comes your unsupervised learning. Next is your unsupervised learning. So what happens in unsupervised? It holds the advantage of being able to work with unlabeled data sets. Unlabeled data set means it may have a meaning, it may not have a meaning. It can be any kind of data. Means it can be a data on a Facebook. The data on the Facebook is in a form of images, it is in a form of numbers, it is in a form of alphabets, it is in audio form, it is in video form. Okay. So I may have there is a lot of unlabeled data set. So here the human labor is not required to make the data set machine readable, and you have the data set which is very large in number. Okay. And in supervised learning, the labels are themselves is allowing the algorithm to find the exact nature of the relationship between any two data points. But in this case, in unsupervised learning, we do not have a labeled data. See, when we are having a labeled data, it behaves differently with the algorithm. And when we have unlabeled data, we have different algorithms. Okay, so here, since we are not having a labeled data set, so we are having a hidden structures. And these hidden structures, they find the relationship between the data points. Data points means the result we required. That is the data point. That will come in more detail when we go with the more advanced form of the machine learning. And here the human input requirement is very less. And here we work with the hidden structures. And hidden structures makes this unsupervised learning a very versatile. Means it has a very wide area because the data is in a form of numbers, it is in a form of video, audio, images, and large variety of the data. So we don't have a particular data set. It is a very large undefined data set. And this unsupervised learning, it can adapt to the data by dynamically changing the hidden structures. Okay, it changes automatically. This is your unsupervised learning. And then comes the last one is your reinforcement learning. So here what you have, this reinforcement learning, it takes the inspiration from human beings, how the human beings learn from the data in their life. Okay, it is having an algorithm that improves upon itself. The algorithm itself is improving and learn from the new situation by using the trial and error method. Means it tries, if it get an error, it reject that trial, then again it goes for the trial 2. If the trial 2 is favorable, then it is kept. It is not rejected, it is accepted. Huh? And all the favorable outcomes are encouraged. Okay. Now, for example, it is very similar that you people are having lot many activities in your schools and colleges. So what happens when you are having large many activities? It means that the school and colleges, the whole system wants to encourage the talent that is hidden in the students. So that talent is encouraged. That is called as reinforcement learning. So the same thing we are forcing in the machine also. So when the non-favorable output is there, we discourage it. When there is a favorable output, we encourage that. Suppose a child, the child is very good in running, or the child is very good in sports. So the school or the college is encouraging that child to participate more in sports. Okay, so this is encouragement, favorable output. In computer, in algorithm terms, what we say, it is called as favorable output. So favorable output is encouraged. A child is very good in singing. So the child is encouraged to go to Indian Idol and all. So that is called as favorable output. Okay. So now based on the psychological concept of conditioning, the reinforcement learning works by putting the algorithm in work environment with an interpreter and a reward system. Means whatever is your input, the input is given to the interpreter, and interpreter what it will do, it will after every iteration, okay, the every iteration of the algorithm, the out or the process input is given to the interpreter, it will be processing it and it will give giving the output. If the output is favorable, it will encourage that output. If it is not favorable, it will reject that output. Okay. And for every good output there is a reward given to the output, and this process goes on until you get the best result. Okay. And you get the result and you just check whether the result is how much effective. So that effectiveness is given in terms of percentage. Now this is the percentage system is very much common in educational system. What we say that the student is getting how much percent. We don't say that how much the student was getting in particular subject. We don't go for it. What we do, we simply find the overall percentage. So similar concept is used in reinforcement learning. So what we are doing that how much the result is effective, that we express in terms of percentage value. So if the percentage value is very high, it is getting the reward, means that input is saved and the program is trained to give you the best possible solution. So in reinforcement learning, the best possible solution is rewarded. You have a word rewarding in this case, in case of reinforcement learning. So these are all three different kinds of type of machine learning. Your supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. So the most popular is supervised learning. The maximum used is supervised learning. Okay, student. So I think we will stop here. In case of any doubts, you can ask me now.
यहाँ से स्टॉप शेयर करना पड़ेगा. स्टॉप शेयर करना.
Yeah, students, you want to ask your doubts.
I'll be starting the session now.
This session is on Industry 4.0.
Okay, so let me. इधर से बात करना पड़ेगा. Just give me a minute. Huh? We're just starting session in 1 minute time. Okay, I hope like I'm audible and visible to all of you guys. Can you just respond?
Yes, sir.
Great. So let me tell you, in your curriculum, you have a very, very important topic, and that is industrial Internet of Things. And in that, what we'll be covering is Industry 4.0. How many of you know what is Industry 4.0? Can anyone tell me here, like from the participant here? Anybody know, like Akash? Any idea about Industry 4.0? Kalyani? I hope I'm audible. Just want to check the voice quality. Am I audible, Kalyani?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, so how many of you know Industry 4.0 here in this session? Anyone has gone to the Industry 4.0 here? Okay, I'm not able to see response. It means like you are new to the subject then. Okay, so now let me tell you like what is our agenda. Our agenda is to understand what Industry 4.0 is and what are the features are there in the Industry 4.0. So what is Industry 4.0? You must have heard about the various technological terms till now. Like you must have heard about additive manufacturing, augmented reality, Internet of Things, all this terminology. So let us understand this Industry 4.0. These are the terminology which has come now, like big data analysis we are talking about, or robotics we are talking about. All this comes under the Industry 4.0. So let us understand what Industry 4.0 means now. So it's nothing but the fourth industrial revolution. It is the latest industry area. Now also, let me tell you one more thing. Now even the fifth industrial revolution has come. That is called Industry 5.0 also. And it has, let me tell you about this Industry 4.0, like how it started, how the revolution started here. The industry revolution itself started in the late 19th, in the 1700s itself. So it started with the engine, like a steam engine, where we are having the assembly line, and then it has reached to the line where we're talking about more about internet here, where we are talking about Internet of Things now, where we talk about automation here. So let us understand first what was 1.0 here there. 1.0 means here in this case, it is all the engines which were working like the steam engine where the relay was working. That was the Industry 1.0. So the first we have to understand like what was happening in the Industry 1.0, and then we'll see what happened in the 2.0 and 3.0 like that. So this is one architecture where, or the diagram where you can see that Industry 1.0 is started with a steam power, and then there's a Industry 2.0 came where there's a mass production, assembly line, or electrical energy. Those kind of systems were there. That was the era of 1870. Then the next era came, that is Industry 3.0, where there was automation, there were the computers and electronics gadgets. It was there in the 1969. The next one was Industry 4.0. So now we'll be discussing about Industry 4.0, where we have a cyber physical security, Internet of Things, and the networks. So this is again we are saying it's a 2.0. This 4.0 is a today's era, but at the same time the research or scientists, they are working on 5.0 also. So from the year, like you can say 2020 onwards, what you will see is a Industry 5.0, where already there are certain prediction about Internet of Things now. I'm giving you some glimpse about what was there in the first industrial revolution, then the second industrial revolution, and what are features added in the latest one now. So it happens between the 1700 and 1800. Manufacturing evolved from focusing on manual labor performed by people and aided by the work animals here. So where the kind of engines were used were more mechanical here. So it uses the water and the steam power engine in this case. Then the industry revolution, that is the second industry revolution came. This was in the early part of 20th century, where there was like a introduction of steel and use of electricity in the factories. The introduction of electricity, which has like where we're using the machine, where mechanical machines were used. You can see in this image, there is a mechanical work was already there in the Industrial Revolution 2.0, where mass production consists like assembly lines were introduced. Then the era Industrial Revolution 3.0 came, which came in the 1970, where it uses the electronics and IT, means information technology, for the further automation and production. Then there was a manufacturing and automation, advanced assemblies were there, where you can see the image also. There is a computer which was like it was, but then the kind of computers were there. It was just doing the basic task, and also there were like the things like internet access was there, connectivity was there, but it was just the beginning to the internet. That was like even I can say I started my journey from the revolution, that is Industry Revolution 3, you can say. So it was like our journey then, and now what we see is the Industry 4.0, where we talk about many more technologies. It's the era of smart machines, the storage system, and the production facilities. So there's a lot of things which is automated here. You can look at this image where you can understand what this Industry 4.0 means. We are talking about now big data technology. We are talking about system integration. We are talking about Internet of Things here. The cyber security, cloud computing, additive manufacturing, augmented reality, big data analysis, and this is what the subject is now. I'll be covering each and every part. You'll understand like what augmented reality is, what Internet of Things means, or all these things will be covering in a step-by-step manner. What we talk is about everything should be automated. We talk about artificial intelligence also in the fourth industrial revolution only. So giving you the idea about like what this cyber physical system means, we talk about is a mechanical device that is run by the computer-based algorithm. And what IoT we talk about is connected to the network of machine device. Is an interconnected network of machine devices and vehicle embedded with a computerized sensing, scanning and monitoring capability. It also includes the cloud computing, where we talk about nowadays Google Cloud, or you can talk about like AWS, Amazon Cloud, and also we talk about the cognitive computing. Technology, it is nothing but the technological platform that employ the artificial intelligence. We'll be discussing about IoT also in detail later on. We'll be discussing about, I can say in this subject, our major topic will be IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, cognitive computing, so that you know like what Industry 4.0 includes. So giving you idea about like how does it work. When you say Industry 4.0 means we are talking about current trends of automation. We are talking about or discussing about real-time data, interconnectivity, and also about the manufacturing, which is connected to, and this manufacturing is something which is related to automation here now. Now let us take the Industry 4.0, which are the company comes under the Industry 4.0. You can talk about the company like Amazon, IBM, Cisco, whichever the company you talk about, IT company. You can see the kind of technology is there in the Industry 4.0 here. In the Industry 4.0, when we talk about the big data analysis, what kind of big data analysis we talk about? We talk about the technology like Hadoop is there, by which we can read the data, which is the petabytes of data. So we talk about too much of data in the case of big data here. Where we can also have a big data analysis. We can have the prediction based on the big data analysis. I will give you some idea about this, like about the big data analysis, about the machine learning, about the IoT here. What is IoT? IoT is a Internet of Things. Means every device will be communicating with each other. Maybe you can say like I would like to communicate with the car, with my gadget, with a smartphone. If I have a smartphone, with the help of my smartphone, I can communicate with the car here. I can communicate with the electricity. I can start and stop by the mobile itself. I can start and stop TV by my mobile itself. So that way, there's a communication is happening between the each and every gadget here. That is what we talk about Industry 4.0 here. We talk about the IoT means here connecting to the devices, connecting to the many more gadgets here, or the things you can say. We also discuss about, we will be discussing here about like how big data analysis is introduced in the Industry 4.0. Big data analysis here is all about like managing the big data. Here we talk about the data which is coming from the various sources. The data source will be like the data coming from the, let's say, a social media platform, like the data coming from the Twitter, data coming from the Facebook, or any social media that also comes under the 4.0 industry only. And we'll be doing the big data analysis on those data. And that is, we already have the subject called social media analytics. Now, social media analytics, it is all about the data which is there from the various sources, which are social media platform like Facebook, Twitter, and many more other platforms like LinkedIn. And analysis of that comes under the big data analysis here now. Okay, so in the case of 4.0, what you see is the expectation is a smart factory, means it is all machine made now. We are doing most of the tasks using the machine. We are trying to automate each and everything here. When you say automation, what we talk about automation, like for example, the kind of car is there, or maybe automobile industry we talk about here. The kind of car we are expecting is like it is automated, like we have right now the driverless car. We talk about the Tesla model. So those kind of the automobile industry comes under the Industry 4.0 itself. Now let us take the example of how this Tesla car, where we called about the driverless car, works now. What are the factors, which are the technologies are used for running this Tesla car? So when you think about the Tesla car, you think about it's kind of a magic, right? Where there's no human to drive, but then machine itself is enabling the car to run. How it is managed? What are the technologies are used here now? Now just try to deeply think about that the car where there's no there's no human resource involved, but there's a machine. What the machine is doing here? How the machine learning is working in this case? Now let us think about like how the car is taking decision to drive on the path where the car is doesn't have the any kind of knowledge. And if you think about the car doesn't have that knowledge, right? So, but when you talk about the driverless car, that car is having that knowledge. That is a smart car, right? When you talk about smart car, means the car understands each and everything. Car is reading the path itself. Car is understanding the direction. So from where it is coming? It is coming from the various sources. So it could be a source from the camera, like which are connected to the car here. This is the input source. The data is coming from the camera. There is data is coming from the satellite images, and then there is a processing which is happening. So who is doing processing? There is a machine learning algorithm involved here. Now, what are the machine learning algorithms involved in the case of this driverless car now? Can you think about reinforcement learning? Can you think about the driverless car as it comes under the picture of a supervised machine learning or unsupervised machine learning? Which is the kind of model it is? Can someone tell me like the driverless car is an example of which type of machine learning? Is it a supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, or it is a reinforcement learning, or there is a semi-supervised machine learning? Which is the example? Can someone tell me here? Anyone? Akash? Whether the driverless car is an example of supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, reinforcement learning, or semi-supervised machine learning. What is machine learning? I think you already gone to the subject machine learning just now. Yes, anyone here?
So maybe reinforce.
Maybe the reinforcement learning, right? Why it is a reinforcement learning?
Cause may it tries trials and it works itself. So that's one
Because there's a
maybe.
self-learning also. Okay, let
Yeah,
me
yeah.
do here. There's a even the car learn from somewhere. Like, okay, actually, it's a mixed one. That's why it is not exactly reinforcement learning. Also, it is not exactly a supervised machine learning also, and that's why it is called a semi-supervised machine learning algorithm. Semi-supervised machine learning means where there is some data which is there, which is called training data set. So we have a labeled data as well as we have some data which is a unlabeled data where there is a self-learning also. So that's why it comes under the semi-supervised machine learning algorithm. It is not even completely unsupervised. It is not completely supervised also. So it is a mix-up. Okay. So let me tell you, like, I'll be giving you more idea about the machine learning later, where you'll come to know deeply. Even I have my videos available on the YouTube channels. I think, I don't know whether you guys have gone to those videos or not. There you will see I have discussed about the machine learning, supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, and those semi-supervised machine learning also. So you get the idea like how exactly the car works there, or any kind of automation. You have to just observe and understand which other technologies are involved here. So here the machine learning technology involved. Then what else other technology involved is a big data analysis is involved. Now, can someone tell me how big data analysis is involved in the case of that particular driverless car here? Anyone? How big data analysis is involved in the driverless car? All the industry, they are using this technology. They are using the big data analysis also, they are using the machine learning also, or they are also using the artificial intelligence also. Now, when you talk about this artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data analysis, what is the difference here? Okay, when you say big data analysis here, we talk about the processing the big data, right? And when we are giving the instruction to the car doesn't work on a small data, because we need to be the image data here, and data which is the data which is coming from the satellite, and here the complete the path which you are giving, let's say the complete country path, that data is so huge that to process you require the big data technology. And it could be a Hadoop cluster where we have a data which can be read, like maybe the reading is something like petabytes of data, and that petabytes of data analysis is done to the system, and after doing that analysis, that data, whatever be the input data, that comes to the machine learning, or it comes to the, you can say that again, like it goes to the machine learning as well as it goes to the next level, that is called artificial intelligence here. So here the data is in the form of images or in the form of video, right? You have two forms of data. So you can say the image. So what kind of image data will be there? It will be like a map of the you can say the route, whichever is there. That could be the data, or the data related to the surrounding. Like you have the data coming from the sensor, data coming from the various you can say the cameras, right? All that input data which is coming as an input will be done on and that processing should be done quickly. So within a fraction of second, the data processing should be done, and that's why you require the technology called big data analysis technology. Now, which are the technology which comes under the big data technology? Anyone here? You heard about Hadoop, right? Anybody heard about Hadoop here? Hadoop also comes under the big data technology, right? Then what else other than Hadoop? There are technology called Spark, PySpark, that also come under the big data technology only. So there is an ecosystem available for the big data analysis, and this big data analysis technology is able to process a huge data, means it could be a petabyte data within a fraction of second. And that's why when you say Industry 4.0, we also discuss about the big data technology along with the machine learning as well as artificial intelligence here. So all this will comes under this subject only. So for all these things, what we require is the connectivity, the high-speed internet connection, and that is already there in our in the right now. If you look at the kind of generation we are having, is a 5G generation. You must have heard about, now we talk about not only just 4G, we also talk about the fifth generation network here. So big data, industrial, Internet of Things, robotics, artificial intelligence, additive manufacturing, all this comes under the Industry 4.0 only. Anybody? Okay, we'll be discussing this, some of the points like what is additive manufacturing. All this topic will be covering. So Industry 4.0, we talk about the kind of the devices where you will see the data is coming from the sources is called sensors. We have sensors, we have the web cameras from where the input data is taken. And why I ask you to think about the driverless car, because that driverless car is a great example of Industry 4.0 to understand. Although we'll be having many more other examples to understand for the Industry 4.0 only. So these are the things which comes under the Industry 4.0. So these are the technological pillars, which include the cloud computing, mobile technologies, machine learning. We also call machine to machine learning, then 3D printing, then advanced robotics, big data analytics, Internet of Things, RFID, cognitive computing. Now, will be as well as the cyber security. All these are the pillars of the Industry 4.0 only. So why this Industry 4.0? What is the reason behind it? So let me tell you, anything, there is a reason, like why Industry 4.0 we need to know, because the kind of business which we are discussing right now, they all are following the standard. They are following the standard, and these standards are already defined. And if you do not follow the standard, we will not able to continue the business also. So our business is depends on the kind of era we are right now. If the era, again, let me tell you, this era is at least like now we are able to see like some of the machines which are already there, where we call automation is there. We are able to see the big data technology. We are able to talk about the artificial intelligence, machine learning. But the next era will be again faster era, right? Where this augmented reality will be the major thing in the market, or Internet of Things will be the major thing in the market. So that to reach to the Industry 5.0, we also need to know Industry 4.0 here. And the business, what you see right now, let us take the example of business. So because why I'm saying about the business here, because when you talk about Industry 4.0, we also talk about the business here. Now let's talk about the business which is related to Amazon business. How exactly Amazon business is working? What is the base for that? And the base is again the big data technology, like we have what the Amazon is doing. Amazon is using the various digital technology here. With the help of that digital technology, there is an e-commerce business is going on. So what is the kind of e-commerce business? Amazon is able to sell each and every product now throughout the global. I'm not saying those are specific to one country. Throughout global, just using the technology only right now. You just need to request using the technology like through the mobile that which product you are interested to buy. Now, what are the technology or components are involved here? There is a system called recommendation system is involved, right? So Amazon is recommending certain product on their particular application as well as on the app, you can say, or in the browser or their website, and you are buying it. Whenever you are buying some product, it could be a mobile device, it could be a laptop. How do you buy it? What are the there is a way to buy from online, right? What you do, you just Google it. You Google, let's say a MacBook you are buying, or maybe a Acer laptop or the Dell laptop. What you see that there is a pricing of that product is available, and Amazon is recommending certain products, right? Maybe Amazon is recommending a Lenovo laptop or HP laptop or Acer laptop. So all that information you are getting it. But Google is using again some technology. So Google is doing what? It is taking the data. It is taking your input data as a search engine, and then it is searching throughout the data like what are the devices available, and you are getting the list of all the manufacturers there. Now these manufacturers, they are also using the latest technology. They're having all the kind of you can say they're having the kind of gadgets already involved now. So as this is the era of digital technology, we need to know like what all things we should be using in the era of 4.0 here. So here we are trying to connect each and every consumer to the technology. Industry 4.0 is to connect everyone and do the business here. So how Industry 4.0 is helping you? Industry 4.0 is helping you to do all the types of businesses. It could be a business related to manufacturing related businesses. Whatever the logistic business you see, like you are able to get all the anything you want to buy in a 1 or 2 days time now maximum. You just want to have the, let's say, laptop, you can get that in a 2 days time, because now even the logistic industry is also connected to this technologies. The logistic like Amazon is using the taking the services from the logistic people, those who are, like, say, DTDC and courier and all, they all are using the technology which is comes under the Industry 4.0 only. And it's a data-driven technology. Your data is stored on the cloud. It is there in the cloud. So now cloud computing comes to picture, where it is all we can say the network. We are just connected on the network. We have connected to the fourth generation network, or even the, I can say now, the very soon will be connected to the 5th generation network also. With a high speed, we are able to send the request and we are able to get the response to the various servers now. The cloud computing is enabling even the small scale company. Small scale company like our company also is on the cloud right now. We are getting the web space on the cloud. It could be a Google Cloud, it could be Amazon Cloud or Microsoft Cloud. Here you can start your website, you can upload your data on the cloud, and you can share your business, whatever the business you like to do it. It could be like if you want to sell some maybe any devices, it could be let's say electronics devices you like to sell it. You can put your data about your devices or whichever the items you like to sell it out on the portal and can start doing the e-commerce business here. But when you want to say e-commerce businesses, there are a lot of things involved here. A lot of things involved, because it is like how to deliver. So again, like this kind of industry who is connected to the technology, they are able to deliver the thing quickly. You must have heard about some of the courier company. They are able to deliver any kind of product within a 1 day time, or somewhere it is a 24 hours, somewhere it is even you can say few hours only. It is all because of the connection, the kind of connection we are or kind of industry we are right now. It is because of the network connection. So somebody is just sending the request and it is routed to all the nearest destination. From that nearest place, you are able to buy anything now. So that is what we call the digital network. So smart factories linked to the digital network are becoming a reality now. So there are some common myths in the case of Industry 4.0. Which are the myths here? Like the myth number one, that Industry 4.0 is only for large corporations and required significant upfront investment. So let us understand what is this industry. This myth number one is saying is it only for the large companies? The answer is no. See, it is not only for the large scale company. Even the small scale company like us also, we are using the Industry 4.0 technologies. For example, we are also connected to cloud computing. We are also connected to the some data now. Everyone, like whoever is actually even the e-commerce company, they are connected to the technologies now. They are connected to the high-speed internet connection. So that's why I'm saying it is the myth only. Although we know, like the large company, they are already using the Industry 4.0 technology, but still you will see there are many more small scale company, like even the kind of application like WhatsApp application, which was developed by the small scale company only. Now it has become the big company. Otherwise, it was a small scale company only. So here it is not like only for large company. It is for all the types of company. It could be a medium size or large scale or any company here. So that's just a myth here. So there are companies who are providing the services like attaching the sensor for the filtration of equipment. This is something which is possible by the small company also. You may have a small company where they are using the sensor, right? They are just doing the filtering of the equipment, and this could be done by a small scale company. There is a myth number two, that is automation will eliminate job. Now, this is one of the report. It says that if this kind of automation happen, what will happen now that in the future what will happen to the future generation, whether the future generation will get the job or not. Let me tell you, this revolution which happened, Industry 4.0, although we say that there's a lot of automation, so there's no need of human to work on those things. But at the same time, what Industry 4.0 has done, it has created 133 millions of new roles also. See, what happened is not reducing the job. The change happen is only in the terms of kind of roles and responsibility. What we need to understand is that are we ready for these particular new roles now? If we understand the new roles, then we will not require to worry about the job here. The job loss will not happen if you learn this latest technology or the most demanding technology right now. For example, I will recommend everyone, whoever is right now attending the session, to learn those all Industry 4.0, as well as I will say go for the 5.0 technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, AI, big data analysis. Just understand it, because this will help you for long term now. I know like which are the technology you should be going for it. As you are from MBA background, you can also go for the business analytics using the technology now. Like you learn the technology, like even I can say the data science. You should know like how exactly you can read the data from various sources and help to the industry for the increasing their business. So this is another myth, that is automation will eliminate the job. As I say, like there are a lot of expectation now in this 4.0. The expectation is that you should learn the new things. You should be able to take the new role now. It is not just the routine job. Yes, routine job will not be there now. Whatever the routine job like previously we were doing, that won't be there. But what you will see is the automation. So machine will do more tasks than the human by 2025. So be ready for that. You should be knowing that what machine understand. You should be having the skills like to train the machine now. Because who is going to train the machine? Again, the human resource. Who is going to give the input data? Again, somewhere the human resource will be involved here. Human resource will be also involved in programming stuff. Mostly the automation stuff, human resource will be involved here. So what is the challenge is like the reskilling. Reskilling is a challenge now for most of the industry. See, industry will require those industry who are not understanding the 4.0 or 5.0. They won't be having the market. They will face a lot of challenges because they will require to upgrade themselves. So that's why I say reskilling is something which will require to do it. Whatever work they were doing it manually, they will require to automate that stuff, and that's what the Industry 4.0 is saying now. So as a business consultant, your role will be to help the industry to adopt those technology and also train the resources. Now, what is going to happen in the future, and so what is going to decline? So let me give you this, the 10 points which are very important here. Where is the future? This is related to career also, and this is I'm giving the source from where I got this what will be the future career. So there is a one WF forum is there, and in that what they said, the job for the, you can say the 2020 as well as 2021, 2020 onwards, where there will be a change now. So here there will be a lot of requirement for analytical thinking and innovation. Whereas manual, dexterity, endurance, and precision will be declining. So whatever the thing which you were doing manually will be declined now. Whereas what will be the demanding will be the analytical thinking and innovation. Next then will be the growing is the active learning and learning strategies. every one of us will require to become an active learner now. If we stop learning, we will not be able to grow further. So let me tell you, all of you guys, now the generation has come as a learning generation. We, all of us, means even, I'll tell you, like even the trainers, faculty, students, everyone, or working professional, everyone will require to have platform for learning. Although we are creating the platform and we have already created, I can say, the platform for active learning, and you'll be learning continuously for the businesses now, for your job itself. Your job will be depends on your active learning only. So don't think like you are completed MBA means it is done. No, let me know, even after completion of MBA, your learning will start. I said your real learning will start only after the completion of your degree itself. Because in the degree, what you are getting is just the basic input. But in real work, let's say you have to go for the data analytics or a big data analysis, you will require to know how to do the big data analysis for that, how to read the big data, what particular language should be used. Or if you are going for the, let's say, machine learning, which model you'll be using then, which particular, whether you are going to use a linear regression, logistic regression, what particular model you'll be using. That all technology you will require to learn in the case of active learning here. So there will be a continuous demand for the active learners, and there will be no demand for those who are not learning actually. Demand will be, what will be declining will be the verbal, auditory, and spatial abilities. There will be a demand which is growing will be on the creativity, the originality, and initiative. See, guys, those who are creative, those who are like to learn continuously, those who will have their original content, like you are creating your own content. You are the content writers. You have your new ideas. Like there's a technology called design thinking that all comes with a new ideas, innovation, initiative or innovations, you can say. All that will have the demand now. And where it will decline will be the thing which you do, like maybe the financial management or material resource management, all those things will be declining now. So because that will be automated in the industry. For 4.0 already it is automated, a lot of stuff, and 5.0 nothing. So you will not require human resource to manage the finance. The system will be doing that part now. Technology design and programming skill will be in the huge demand. So although you are in the MBA, but let me tell you, you will also require to understand the programming skill, like the skill like Python or R language, or maybe the data science related technology like Spark, PySpark, those kind of technology, as well as the technology like you can say Hadoop, big data, all those technology you will require to learn. Whereas the role related to technology installation and maintenance will be declining. I have seen this in many companies, they are automating that stuff, the installation or deployment. Like if you look at the DevOps, DevOps is having the technology where using the system you can have the deployment. You do not require to do the manual deployment. It is done through the system only. Like we have the technology like a Shape, Puppet, Ansible, under the DevOps, they all are with the help of those kind of technology, the automation is already happening. So that's why your technology installation and maintenance will also not be done by human resource now. It will be done by the system only. There will be demand for the critical thinking and analysis. There will be huge demand. Someone to understand the critical problem, not the simple problem, right? But you may find the declining in the reading, writing, math, and active listening. So which is still there, but then you see the declining of those things. What you will require to think is something different. You have to have the unique thinking here. So that will be having the demand. Uniqueness will be in the demand here. Complex problem solving will be growing here. See, because machine will able to solve, the machine can help you to solve a simple problem. Or maybe automation, you can say. Some cases, just like whatever the routine jobs are there, that can be easily done by But when there's a lot of complex problems where the human talent is required, so that will be always in the demand. You can use a technology to solve the problem, but it is not that technology will solve the problem automatically. Here, the human brain should be developed in such a way that that human can make that kind of a technology to solve your problem now. So you need to keep on learning in this area. Then leadership and social influence will be in the growing. So again, the skill like leadership will be in demand. Your influence, social influence, your social connectivity. Most of us, like previously, we were not talking about social media, but now everybody's talk about social media. How is your social influence in the market? That will be again in a demand. Quality control and safety awareness will be declining now. Although it is still there, but then this is going to decline now. Emotional intelligence will be in the demand, whereas coordination and time management will be declining. Reasoning, problem solving, and ideation will be in the demand. Now, this comes under the design thinking, where we talk about new types of problems. We talk about the problems which can be solved in a more empathetic way. That empathetic way of solving the problems comes under the design thinking, where even the small scale company can be, you can help the small scale company to automate the stuff. That comes under the design thinking. So that will be in the demand. Let me know, design thinking will be in a huge demand. You will see like another 6 months, most of the people will talk about design thinking, where we talk about the kind of solution for the small scale company also. Whereas visual, auditory, and the speech abilities may go in a declining phase. System analysis and evolution will be in the demand, whereas technology use, monitoring, and control will be declining. So this is what the data which I received. From there only I'm saying like what will be the demand and where we should be focusing and where we should not be focusing now. Which are the top 10 emerging technology? And that comes under the 133 million new job now. Now, this particular slide I have created for you guys only because I know like most of you guys are very much interested to know the career part. So I thought, why not give you the input so that you can think about somewhere in this area. Like you may plan to become data analyst or a scientist or based on the kind of skill, because to become a scientist, it is going to take time now. The next thing you can go for will be AI and machine learning. So in the AI case, again, let me do I have seen because I started taking the session for artificial intelligence and machine learning for many more institutions now. The reason is like AI allows you to solve the complex problem. AI is like when I said the driverless car, I talk about AI there. What AI we talk about is like a thinking, like the machine can think like a human. So if the time when you create a machine where even the machine can think like a human, that way it's called artificial intelligence. See, intelligence is all about the thinking, right? Innovative thinking. And with the help of this, the artificial intelligence, where neural network programming is involved, we talk about neural network programming. We talk about various types of, the algorithms which comes under the artificial neural network, which comes under the various neural network programming. So that all thing you have to learn now. But before we going for the AI machine learning, AI, you should be going for the data science part and then machine learning and then the AI here. The another job will be there related to general and operation managers, then software and application developer, analyst, sales and marketing professional. These are again like in demand, but in this case also mostly digital marketing will be in the demand. Big data specialist, digital transformation specialist, new technology specialist, whichever comes, organizational development specialist, information technology services. So here this kind of jobs will be involved now. What declining will be there, like there will be a 75 millions of job will be declining, like a data entry clerks, accounting, bookkeeping and payroll clerks, administrative and executive secretaries, assembly and factory workers, client information and customer service workers, business services and administration managers, accounts and auditors, material recordings and stock keeping clerks, general and operation manager, postal services clerk. All this will be declining now. How the things will be there, like in the case of industry, how many percentage. You will see, like, in a step-by-step manner, industry will reduce the human resources and will increase the share of machine resources now. Now, why I'm saying machine resources? Because now instead of human, machine will do the job now. I'm not talking about just robotic here. Machine automation or anything which is automation means machine learning now. Otherwise, you will think, okay, like whether the company is going to hire the robot. So my answer is no, no, no. All the company will not have that kind of a budget to hire the robot. But what the machine company will do, they will automate the stuff using the programming now. The resources will be just doing the kind of programming. So there will be a huge demand for programming. Like Python programmer will be having the, I can say, highest demand in the market. There are most of the things will be automated using the Python only. Then the other technology could be R language, but that will be like, not like the completely used. I will say like Python is the number one. Maybe number two could be Java, that is already there in the market right now. Or you can say the web technology. Like we have the UI based technology like Angular, React JS. So those kind of technology like UI UX development, there will be demanding. So wherever we have or big data technology, you can say big data technology like the Hadoop or related ecosystem, those kinds will come into the technology here. So in this case, we talk about machine learning, artificial intelligence. They will be having a huge demand. So company will have a, in the 2025, you'll see only 48% of people will be like human resources, 52% will be machine. You can say the job will be done on machine only. So this is what is going to happen in average as per the statistics. There's one more myth in between. It's called, okay, this is, we already discussed actually. So I have given you idea here, like the myth, like, that automation, we are talking about that only, like what will happen. So automation will reduce the need for the manual and routine roles, whereas automation will not means like it will remove the jobs. What we see the kind of role the change here. So it is all about new type of job, and we should be ready for the new type of job now. We will also see there will be something called collaborative robots, where cobots, we also call shortcut cobots also. So many of the manufacturing industry will have the cobots for their work. So right now you can see the human resources doing a lot of work for the in manufacturing segment, but in future there's a chances that cobots or collaborative robots will be doing the job instead of human will be doing that. So yes, but then there will be someone to manage the machine in this case. It will not be like a complete replacement, but as you saw in the graph, there will be like 50% replacement will be almost done by 2025. So what you will not be doing is like you will not be doing the laborious job. What you will be doing is a more intelligent job now. So that's the plus point here in the case of automation. Routine job will be replaced by the more talented job now. So we should be focusing more on the complex activity and not on the routine activity now. So companies need to proactively prepare their workforce for the new range of skills required for the digital age now. For example, evaluating the organizational structures to ensure that employees can be trained effectively. I already discussed this, like it is very important to reskilling the human resources here. Without reskilling human resources in the company, it will be very difficult for the survival of the company also. There's one more myth called the more data collected, the better. See, obviously, like data collection is required, not like but then we have to think about what kind of data to be collected. It has to be, we should have the analytical data, not just like the ordinary data here. So although we think about collecting data is the key for the or advantage of manufacturing or digital transformation, but we have to think about what data, which data, the analysis should be done. So the industrial Internet of Things provide the access to data on the unprecedented scale here. So with the benefit of data-driven insight, we know that there will be a products improvement, quality management, and even it will improve the customer service. So that is definitely required. I'm not saying that data collection should not be there. It should be there. But we also need to have clean data, because the way you give the input, Based on that, only the output comes here. So it is very important to provide the correct data here. So it is not just simply collecting data is enough. It is also the data which will help you to make the decision, or computer to take the decision. So that's why I say it is very important to have data which is a analytical data, or it allows you to do the analytic here. So you will have a huge data. Let me tell you, you will be getting the data from various technology. The final thing will be like what insight you can take from data. That is very important. If you have a data and you are not able to take out some insight from it, it is of no use. And that's why the machine learning, data analysis, or data science comes into picture, or the AI comes into picture now. The first thing is to understand data and then apply the various algorithms to solve the complex problem. That is what you will record doing. It is not just about the collection of data. It is also about analyzing the data and get the insight from it. Like algorithm, like I shall say, like, the artificial intelligence algorithm will be helping you to process those data. The large volume of data will be processed by the algorithm which are there. So see here, when you talk of big data, how you can analyze the big data. So for that we have AI. Artificial intelligence will help you to read such a big data, and with the help of the neural network programming, it is possible also. The another myth is prototyping is the only advantage of 3D printing. See, 3D printing is definitely another emerging area. You must have heard in the case of UAE, they are in the real estate industry also. They are creating the model, the building model. That all building model is created by the 3D printing, and they are expecting to create a complete construction, or even the building construction using the 3D printing. Already there are the cars, like the Ford car, they are already having the model creation done by 3D printing only. I'll be showing you the kind of a 3D printing example so that you will understand how does it work then. So 3D printing is largely used in the product development department, because previously we were trying to invest a lot of time in the case of creating the model itself. Now with the help of 3D printing, it is just you have a designing skill. If you have your creativity, with the help of creativity and designing skill, you can simply create a model in a few hours times. It is not like you require a few months here. So you can reduce almost 3 to 4 month job just because of the technology which is already there, that is 3D printing here. And you can visualize it with how does it look like. The feeling will come here when we have 3D printing here. For example, I say like Ford is one of the great example, for 3D printing. They have already integrated in the smart factory, where you will see there is a lot of cars. They are the kind of the assembling they are doing it. It is with the help of 3D printing now. Here is a additive manufacturing. This is the example where you will see the additive manufacturing like technology at the car. They are having the 3D. These are the example of 3D printing here. The kind of model creation, the manufacturing, what you see, it is done by the 3D printing here. There is another myth called prototyping is the only advantage of 3D printing. Let us understand this also. There is a company, General Electric, which makes the 3D printing, which combines the 3 sensors, cutting edge hardware, and software to enable IoT power. So it is not just one thing here. There are many more other things also involved in otherwise you will think, okay, only the 3D printing the things will be done. No, it's not like that. There are other technology also involved, which in the Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, you see there are like sensors, technology of sensors will be involved. There will be various new hardware will be involved in the case of which is having the IoT power. Means we talk about like what IoT power means, like where there's a digital transformation, digital communication is taking place between the things here. So General Electrical company can improve the productivity with the help of the various technology which are involved. It's not just the 3D printing. It also includes the various other technology also. This is one of the the manufacturing center of the Ford where they are doing the 3D printing. So I hope you understand like the how the industry 4.0 is. The industry 4.0 has made quite a lot of progress, and it's been progressing every I can say previously it was like we were having the gap of 20 I can say 30 to 40 years, but now the gap is like every 10 to 15 years this is a huge revolution is happening. So now the next 5 years, or I will see that next 10 years, there will be a lot of change happening now in the industry now. And we should be knowing about what changes it is there now. For example, you'll be seeing the progress in the additive manufacturing, and where there are a lot of 3D printing, like even the real estate will be there, the construction will be done by the 3D printing only. Or like the car will be manufactured using the model which will be created by the 3D printing. You will see like, okay, the car manufacturing will be so fast and so creative that will be done because of the technology only. And there will be huge progress in our near future now. So what are the pillars of industry? I just would like to conclude with what are the pillars are there. So there are 9 pillars of industry 4.0. One is the big data analytics. Another thing is autonomous robots, simulations, horizontal and vertical system integration, industrial Internet of Things, cyber security, cloud, additive manufacturing, and augmented reality, which includes now when you say the big data analytics, we talk about the statistics, we talk about machine learning, we talk about artificial intelligence. All this come together. That is the way the data analysis is done here. Okay, so just wanted to give a quick idea about what is autonomous robot. Autonomous robot is something where you can have your own robotic functionality for doing the machine-related work now. So here, machine do all the production with a minimum human supervision. That is what the autonomous robot means here. And this is where there's a demand now. You're looking for the machine, right? See, these are chances like there'll be dark factories. Dark factories means where the machines will be doing. There will be a lot of like robots will be there. Instead of human, you will see more machines will be there. Simulation is like the use of visual aids and the software. For example, if you want to simulate the complex process, design has become more commonplace. So you need to think about design thinking also in this case. Okay, so this is just to give the idea like what industry 4.0 is means now. So there's what are the kind of expectations are there in the industry 4.0, the kind of technology you will require to know. So you will require to think about the integration of this kind of technology, where the company will require to work along with the machine now. It is just like a plan with a machine and the human. It is not just the machine, it is not just the human resource, but it will be like a combination of human resource and the machine now. So why I'm saying there's a combination of human resource and machine? Because whichever the routine job will be done, will be done by the machine, and whichever the smart work will be there related to programming will be done by the human now. Any device you talk about, there will be the smart devices. Like at your home, you will see by 2025, you'll have 10 such a gadget, where these 10 gadgets will be communicating to each other. I will example here, like your fridge or washing machine, or talk about television. You talk about even the electrical appliances like your fan, electrical fan will be the smart fan. Electrical lights will be the smart light. So the lighting system, you talk about any gadget, even you talk about, obviously the mobile is already having is a smart mobile right now, your laptops, and which of the gadget you talk about, they will have some intelligence involved. It will not be just like the devices which will be just running using the electrical component, like to start and stop, they'll be smart. Like it will to save the power, or maybe you need the lighting as per your choice. You would like to change the lighting, just by setting the instruction by remote. You can change the lighting of home, your appearance of home. You'll have a walls which will be having the computing power, digital walls, where the kind of environment you like to set up, that all things will be possible in a industrial IoT. Means you must have heard somewhere like the Microsoft Bill Gates. He is having that kind of home where it is a completely a smart home. As soon as you enter in his home, he can set up his music. He can set up his the kind of walls, the kind of the views he's looking for, or his based on his mood. He can change the entire of his residence. This is all because of the technology. So this is what's going to happen in the industry 4.0 as well as in the industry 5.0. There will be many more progress will be happening now. So remember, like data is going to be playing the vital role in the industry 5.0 also. But the kind of data which we talk about is intelligent data. We talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about machine learning, we talk about big data, we talk about the cyber security, because as everything will be online, as it will be like a e-commerce, we also will also face the threat which will be the cyber threat. There is a chances like someone will try to hack your account easily, and it's already happening. Your credit card information need to be secured. Your debit card account should be secured. Your the financial transaction, whatever is happening, your data should be is always will be in the risk. Whatever the data will be, like data is your like you can say asset now. Someone may hack your data easily because of the technology which is there. So you will require to think about the cyber security here. So there will be huge demand for the cyber security also, along with the kind of the technology which we talk about, AI, machine learning, and AI. There will be a demand for this area also. So those guys who are interested in the domain of cyber security, they can there will be a demand for this particular domain also. So it will be all for prevention. It is like to create the firewall for, or the kind of programming which will prevent the unauthorized access. So you will require to work on it. When you talk about the word additive manufacturing, we talk about 3D printing. I will discuss about this 3D printing. This is another image. What you see is a example of 3D printing only. So this will be there will be a huge demand for this 3D printing in the 5.0 also. We also talk about augmented reality. This is something which is a beginning. Let me do this industry 4.0, where augmented reality already started. But in the 5.0, you will see there will be huge demand for augmented reality. Whatever you are learning right now you are running through the presentation, but in the future, what you will see, you will be able to visualize it now. You'll be able to visualize whatever you want to learn. You'll be able to feel it because of the augmented reality. Whatever the things are there, you will look at the three-dimensional thing now. Like in this example, you can see you'll be able to see the kind of devices, like the mobile devices. In the mobile device, using the mobile device, you will be able to see the 3D picture. And already started. This is the already revolution of a three-dimensional view of the things, and that's what augmented reality is. So you have the data in a various format. So you'll be having the you can say the various dimensions to the data. So that's it about the industry 4.0 introduction part. We'll be discussing more about it we can say the upcoming session, and we'll be sharing you the whatever like the machine learning or artificial intelligence videos. Even my team will also share to you. I hope most of you guys must have already subscribed the channel, where I have already taken the session on the machine learning as well as on the artificial intelligence. You can just go to those videos. You will come to know more about the technology, and very soon I'll be creating many more video on augmented reality as well as on the virtual reality as well as IoT, so that you'll come to know what is the upcoming technology right now, and you'll be connected to this upcoming technology now. So thank you very much for listening and attending this session. and we'll be connecting very soon for the next session.